problem is this, that once the practicals approach, then we have 15 of you at once. And it's not fair for those of you who are constantly here, because they want to practice. So if you guys don't show interest, and I know we're busy, we have kids, and we have family and work, and I know all of that. Right? But if you don't show a little more interest, we're just gonna shut down one day, and if the other day is still not good, we'll shut it down both. I know there is a few of you that are here constantly, and I know your faces, because you're here. Fantastic, keep doing that. But if you're the only ones that show up, we'll just open up one day for you guys. Because trust me, I don't want to be here at 7 o'clock when I've been here since 8 o'clock. I don't. And so if I can not be here, I won't be here. I'll do my office hours in the afternoon. All right, so try to show up. Some of you really need it. Okay? I'm not looking at anybody. I'm just looking at everybody. All right? But some of you need it. Because some of you, which is barely past that 410. So when she was telling me that you guys didn't show up, I'm disappointing. I'm saying getting a C in 410 was not good. Okay? So make sure that you start showing up, because you're needed. If you don't, like I said, we're gonna shut down one day, and then you only will be left with one day. And if we keep seeing that, we're only gonna open for those that constantly are here. Okay, we've done it before, so. All right, so do show up. It's for your own good. That's what we have it, okay? Even though your lab seems to be easy, well, it's easy because you have a lot of friends here with you, and you know, if you have questions, either Jenny or Lori can help, okay? You know, and when I've been doing this for 33 years, 34, I don't know, I lost count, but whatever, many years. And so for me, it's easy, and mine seems to be easy, and Jenny has been doing x-rays for, I don't know, 12 years or whatever. And so she knows. Lori, longer than me, a lot longer than me. And so it seems to be easy, but when you haven't done it, you need practice, guys. Practice is what makes perfect. And if you don't practice, okay, and at the hospital it's difficult to practice because you're not doing L spines, you're not doing the specifics that you're doing here. You do whatever comes, right? And they have different routines, and so it's best to practice here. Just by watching, nobody learns. Listen to what I'm saying. I told you this in 410. Nobody learns by watching. Okay? Nobody learns by watching. And so you need to practice. If you think you went one time and that's enough for you, that's not enough. You need to do it at least 5 times. 5 times, one exam, especially an exam that you've never done before. Say, for example, coccyx. You need to do it a bunch of times. That AP coccyx is not easy. Okay? So you need to do it. Sacrum is not easy to do. You need to do it a few times. Just because, oh yeah, look at here, Daniel is doing it. Oh, I can do that. Easy. No, it's not. You need to do it. And I've been coming into your labs and I see some of you always watching. I see some of you just sitting by that little thing there, and I just see you doing this. Just watching. And I go in, go out, go in. And it's the same person doing that. Or with this, with the foot like that, to make it different. And it's in that other room, I always see people always leaning on that counter like this. Let's watch. The next time I come by, it's the other leg. That is the same pose. You're not gonna learn like that, okay? So, we're leaving it up to you. So, all right? Because she's beginning to get concerned. She's telling me, I want to see how they do in the first practical. I don't want to wait until then. I think you need to start getting more involved. she's gonna let you go an hour before if you tell her that it's done. But I know it's not. I know it's not. When they ask you, you feel ready? Oh yeah, we feel ready. If you haven't done it a bunch of times, that exam, and I'm saying 5 times, but some of you might need 2, some of you might need 3. If you haven't done it at least 2 times, you need to do it. Anything you want to tell me about your labs? Shoot it.
Is there any other day besides Tuesday, or it has to be Tuesday?
It's Monday, Tuesday. Monday,
No,
Tuesday.
but could be Monday, Wednesday, or sometimes
I can
Tuesday.
only do Monday, Tuesday. The other days I can't. I got other things to do in the evening. I can't. And Jenny, I think, and because we have that late lab on Wednesday, we don't want to do it because probably those who are here on Wednesday lab, they want to leave. Okay. How's the lab going, Vianney? Good. You grasping, and that's,
Yeah.
Vianney is just an example, but it's for anybody. Anybody?
Yeah.
Okay, Mary, you feel good? Feel comfortable?
Yeah. For me, it's hard because, like in lab, I practice and I get it. We probably, like in our lab, like I probably do it once or twice and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But like sometimes I feel like I need to come in a few days later, not even, because my lab's
Yeah.
Monday, so coming in Tuesday still doesn't seem helpful to me because I know it. But like by Friday, I don't know it.
Yeah.
Then maybe
You
the
know.
following week.
Come back.
To practice the whole things. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. Becca? You feel comfortable with the labs? Okay. All right. I used to, in years back, I haven't done 420 in a while, but it's a lot of material, guys. Spine is not easy. Okay? Skull is not easy. If you feel okay, that's fine. I'll be okay with that. But I'm just telling you what I'm seeing from where I am. Okay? Don't be too relaxed. All right. We'll wait for that first practical. All right. All right. All right. I think that's it. If you need to talk to me in private, don't talk to me. If you don't want to say anything here, I think it's going to hurt the feelings of other people. Talk to me in private. All right. So the purpose of intensifying screens. Okay, so now we're going to talk about, so we talked about the film, right, that is sandwiched between these 2 white things, okay? You learn how the film is manufactured, how the film works, how the film is developed, okay? Now we're going to learn about intensifying screens, okay, and how they work and why they work, okay? So, the purpose of the intensifying screen is they amplify the beam. That's why image intensifier. They intensify the beam. It's not that you increase the amount of x-rays. What you do is you turn x-ray, one x-ray photon, you can give rise to hundreds of light photons just because the energy is so much higher. Right? So that's the idea. So X-rays is convert to light, okay? When using image intensification, 99% of the image come from the light conversion. Less than 1%, it will be a direct interaction with the X-ray. The bottom line of all of this is to reduce patient dose. If we were to use direct exposed film, meaning directly with X-rays, it will require a lot more radiation. A lot more. 400% more. 500% more. Okay, just to give you an example. If x-rays were done, remember I showed you the other day cardboards, right? Yes, you remember what the cardboards are? Those envelopes, cardboard, you put the film inside. With those, typically for a hand x-ray, you will use about 50 mass and 60 kVp. Do you hear that? 50 mass. What do you typically use now? 2, 1.6. Okay, mass at maybe what, 50 kVp? So back then I'm saying 60 kVp, 50 mass, just to do a hand x-ray. And so it was a lot more radiation. That's why image intensifiers. They will develop by Edison. Okay? Yeah, Thomas Alva Edison, that guy. Okay? He got involved a lot with x-rays. When x-rays were first discovered, he worked a lot with fluoroscopy machine, x-ray machines, image intensifiers. And he pretty much stopped working with x-ray machines because his assistant died of cancer from overexposure. And he decided that he was not going to do that anymore. He was not going to get involved anymore. Okay? Until, not him, but his company decided to get back in the business of x-ray machines. Right? You know what company is that? What became of Edison's company?
Ford. Ford.
GE. GE became Edison's company. So, yeah. So then GE, back in, I don't know, the 50s, they began building x-ray machines again. But at the time of Edison, he said, I don't want anything to do with radiation. Anyway, Edison developed the first image intensifiers. And so you're wondering, well, how come in the 20s and 40s, Rafael is telling us that they were using cardboard? Well, the reason was because the image intensifiers that Edison developed, they were not used for low kVp. They were used for higher kVp. Okay, and so they were used if you were doing an abdomen, if you were doing a chest, if you were doing a pelvis, larger body parts. But for extremities, no, it didn't work. Okay, are you following me? Okay. All right, so let's take a look at what the image intensifiers look like, and it's going to look kind of similar to film. So take a look. You have a base, okay? You have a base, and we're looking at it upside down. Okay, so this is the front end. This is what we're seeing here. What you see, yeah. What you see here, the surface is what is here. Okay? The plastic, the base is behind here. Yeah? Okay. So that's what you have. And then you have a reflective layer here. Okay, reflective layer. You have a phosphor layer, which is the active layer. This is where the light creation happens. It's here. Hmm? That's a phosphor layer. And then you also have a protective coating. Okay? All right. Do I think you need to memorize all this? I don't think they're gonna get that picky, guys, because they are adding more CRDR. Okay, so I think it's important just to remember how they are organized, which one is thicker. But I don't think they'll get into. Before, if you had asked me 3 years ago, I would say, yeah, memorize it. But they're putting less and less. So I will say no. That's my opinion. But I wouldn't spend, what I'm saying is I wouldn't spend a lot of your energy and coffee into memorizing all those thicknesses. Okay, here we go. Yeah, let's put it that way. All right, the base, polyester plastic, okay? About 1 millimeter thick. So it's a lot thicker than what we had with film, okay? Specification. It has to be tough to be able to take trauma. Chemically inert. What does it means here? You don't want it to react with the X-rays or with light. You just want it just to be there. Okay? You want it to be flexible because, look, you're putting a film in there, and so you need some movement. So still is somewhat flexible. And if we get the soft, they are like a sheet of paper. Okay, a little thicker. And you want it to be radiolucent, meaning that you want to allow X-rays to go right through it. You don't want it to interact with the X-rays at all. The reflective layer. Because X-rays, okay, are going to, when they interact with the phosphor, they are going to create light in all directions, okay? So it's an isotropic emission. And so if you allow it, if it is isotropic, then what happens is light is gonna go everywhere. So you need the reflective layer to send that light back in the direction of the film. Otherwise you lose some of that light. Are you following me? Crazy?
No.
No, okay. So, if this is the base, right, and you have a reflective, you have the phosphor layer, then you have phosphor, reflective, and then the protective coat, right? So, the phosphors are here. If you have an X-ray, let me go back to the lens. Do it that way so you can see it in color. So, X-rays are going to come through here, right? And this is where the phosphors are. Light is going to be created that way, in all directions, and this way. By having a reflective layer, okay, what you're going to do is any light that is created here and it bounces up this way, you're going to send it back down. So you can maximize the amount of light.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah.
That's the function there.
For the drawing, shouldn't the X-ray be coming from the bottom up, since it's upside down?
It could come from the other side too, and I'll later on I'll explain why. Especially with double-sided layers, with double-sided screens, it could happen. And I was just giving it as an example. Could it come this way too? Yeah, it's possible. All right. Mm-hmm.
So you want, the base is the most inner layer,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and the photons are entering through the protective coat.
Mm-hmm.
But the reflective layer is.
Is here. Mm-hmm.
So it's pushing them outward?
Pushing it this way, back again
Oh, to the film.
to the film.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. To the film. Remember, the film is sandwiched between the two, right? Okay. And this specific case, going back to you, is very important in mammal, with mammal film and mammal screens. Okay. Are we good, everybody? Why the reflective layer?
So there's an image intensifier on both sides of the screen?
Usually, yes, except with mammal. Mammal only has one. It is flipped. For a reason, it's flipped. So in this case, so if we look at it this way, this is the front of your cassette. Here is the first image intensifier. Here's the second one. So what you have is light, X-rays coming through here, right? I'm sorry, they're coming through here in this case, okay, but it could come this way as well. Why? Because the second layer, you have the second layer, so you have X-rays going this way too. So it doesn't matter which way it's coming. Are you following me or not?
So
Yeah.
there's two image intensifier screens.
There it is. These two white things are two. Okay? All right, so let's go back again. So in this example, X-rays come here, go through the reflective layer. Remember, these are X-rays. Then they hit the phosphors. The phosphors create light, right? And so you have light emission going this way, in every direction. Some of it is already going down to the film, which is good. That's what you want. The reflective layer is there to reflect any light that went in that direction to send it back down towards the film. Are we good? Everybody? Good? Yes. Okay, good. It's like, what, me? I'm not sure.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you say an image intensifier is double, whatever, does that mean it goes like base to the protective coating and then base protective coating and then another one base protective and then base protective?
Yeah, so it goes like this. So X-rays, right?
Uh-huh.
Boop, goes through the base in this case. Okay? And it's this layer. So it goes base, reflective layer, phosphor layer, protective coat. Some of the X-rays make it not only through this image intensifier, they make it through the film, but then they hit the other image intensifier. Why do you want the other image intensifier there? To minimize patient dose.
Okay.
Because any residual X-rays that hit the other image intensifier can also create more light. So in this case, with the second layer, let me finish up. With the second layer, this layer here, right? X-rays in this direction, right? So now you flip it. X-rays are coming this way, then the phosphor, reflective layer, and the base.
Okay.
In any case, in both cases, you're going to have the reflective layer sending light to the film. We good?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Doesn't it have to do with the double emulsion film as well?
Exactly. You need, for a system like this, you need a double emulsion film. Exactly. Huh? Are we? All right, we're done. You see people stretching down.